That's my surprise here. But Doinb taking the Aatrox. He slaughtered LGD in Game 3 in their last series. And now looking to seal the deal in our match of the week. Already up one game. Already triumphed over RNG once. To look to do it again here is the hope for FPX. Unless RNG can fight back. Haven't quite mastered the Beijing chant yet. I've noticed every time.
I feel like they've been muted.
We go to RNG because of the last series.
Yes. OMG ruined it for everybody.
Yeah. I haven't heard much from Beijing in this split.
Just mute. That's disrespect.
It really is.
They paid that ticket, man. I want to hear them. You can only cut them off after they're finished chanting and start chanting for LGD.
It's Klepto versus Klepto, by the way, if you were wondering. So Klepto Kennen, Klepto Karma.
But they're never facing each other. That's the. I mean, they are now.
But how long will that last?
Yeah, exactly right. It comes down to the fact that Karma will have the push. I expect that to be the case, and I expect her, much like when FPX dealt with the matchup versus LGD, to rotate immediately afterwards.
I'll take that.
5 gold, baby.
So you take the trade for now. Watch their movements early. It's going to involve junglers a lot, of course, because Tian into towards the top side red. It's going to be a bottom side start here for Karsa, and jungle's likely to cross paths, as you can see that Riverside ward more relevant to FPX.
But a breath of fresh air in the series is the fact that we have so much defensive formations in level 1s, because as you saw in the last series as well, early ward on Raptor Camp and Krugs has just been a staple. So to see where people end up pathing, so you always have that guaranteed nature of, you either see where the enemy jungler is going, or you get an experience advantage flatly. Hasn't been the case, so Tian and Karsa are just absolutely on moods right now. So no idea where Tian has been pathing, and he went straight from red, wolf, and then he got himself a blue buff.
And remember that red side ward, or rather Riverside ward here, it's not going to pay off too much until now.
Where is he?
I think he's going to be spotted out. I was going to say, because Scuttle spawns at 3:15. It was about to expire, but early pathing through the river, Tian's going to pick up this drop, hit level 3, Karsa at the same as well, but they know exactly where he is.
All right, see him coming in, but that's always scary for an Elise. You already see the bottom side of the map, the push coming through from Uzi and Ming. That, Ming could always be coming over there, but you have the nicely placed ward from LWX and Chris to be able to catch the possible rotation from Ming.
I'm just surprised so far, as we haven't seen the lane change just yet, especially since Xiaohu again onto Doinb. Lane dominance once more. He's going to send out the Infernal Chains, but Tian's coming in. Early gank onto Xiaohu, has the flash available. Conqueror's been hit. The flash cocoon came from behind. But FPX just walk away after burning a flash in the mid lane themselves.
Yep.
That definitely deserves a pause.
I expected that. Now, it's always difficult to see when the cocoon comes through, right? Because that A could have been a visual bug. I'll put that out there, because I saw a similar visual bug with Ezreal. Yep. Like, if you Q and then flash forward, I think they changed this. They did change it, but I went through a few...
I remember this.
Yeah. That the animation will show that it is behind you, but in reality, the damage is coming straight forward.
Yeah.
Or at least the effect is behind you. But I don't know about that situation. Either way, it wasn't going to hit at all.
I think we can agree on that.
So, like, if that's the purpose for the pause, then how about we get back into the game? Could also just very easily be paused for, like, let's say a possible lag situation.
Yes.
If there's a frame rate issue.
I saw the ref down towards Crispin or LWX, so speculations at the moment. We'll find out exactly what's happening.
Someone's bleeding.
Looks like the communication.
More speculation.
Someone's foot fell asleep, right?
Yeah, we need more added speculation.
Yeah.
He looked down and he didn't have a hand with him. He's like, where did my hand go?
Where did it go? Something that just magically falls off.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
It can be hard to spot out.
I've had that issue a few times in solo queue. It's like, where did my hand go? I thought
usually in solo queue, I lose my brain, not my hand.
There we go. A lot of times I consistently play Elise in a lot where I either look like a god or I look like I'm absolutely dumb as hell.
Probably just getting in character.
There we go, blind as hell.
Yeah.
There we go, that's true.
I put a blindfold around when I play Elise in.
No, you don't. Well, at least it looks like it.
Well, you've seen me play. I think you'd agree I do.
Every binding hits you. Oh, by the way, I've seen that meme. If you see on the left,
which one?
That's Yuumi on top of a person who's very upset and beaten down.
Okay.
It actually says in Chinese, get off me, get off me.
Okay.
That was the general feeling of the community when Yuumi first came out and had like that low as hell win rate. And everyone was like, please, Yuumi, stop. Because there were a lot of bad Yuumi players, regardless of the mega buff she ended up getting. Like, I felt like, my personal opinion was that Yumi, sure, her numbers were low, but a lot of the win rates issue was simply because a lot of people didn't know how to play Yumi.
The same with any champion that comes out, just more so with this one.
Like Bard and all of that, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
This was probably the most egregious case because like people were starting to figure out what's the purpose of me buying boots.
Yep.
Maybe I should get Majai's really early on.
And I saw some people like Mobies for some reason. You're like, well, that's not the right
I'm not going to
answer.
talk about the situation you've been in your case.
Hang on, mate.
But I'm talking about specifically like the general population despised her and now she's like on top of the world. So it's always fun to see, especially you see the Uzi fans all over the world.
Have you looked at new Mordekaiser just while we're on that topic?
Of course I have.
What's the win rate at the moment?
Oh, I haven't. Well, I mean, I've looked at him, but I haven't seen the win rate.
Look, okay.
But remember, we don't even have to talk about that. You're talking about a champion that we will not see until after.
About 5 years.
Till after Rift Finals.
Yeah, very true.
That's the hard thing about us for casters is that when we're put in a situation where a champion doesn't come out until like literally ages because it's China.
Yep.
Why am I gonna mess up my mentality by literally reading about the champion?
Running into solo queue with Ryze, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be great.
But like, I'm not gonna like for me, I don't look at champion patch notes for a patch that I will not commentate on.
That's true.
So like, it's one of those situations where you know you don't want to mess up your mentality or thought process, saying, "Oh, there's a different Ryze on the field. Oh, there's the numbers. Why is Sylas no longer shoving the wave?"
So you can do what I do and just play Karma anyway. Great on 9-11,
you keep
great on
going back
9-12.
to your experiences, and I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Why not?
Stop it.
Very good player at the moment.
That is the greatest image of all time. Why is he a cloud?
Our fans are very creative.
Yes, they are.
And I mean, like, the effort that they go to. So those neon signs are not provided by the venue, by the way. You have to buy them online. I found this out. I'm pretty sure, unless Beijing is very generous.
Yeah.
I think it might be rent. They might be renting them out.
Either way, I'm not going to make a statement on that.
I'm sorry, I just went for it.
Experience because I feel like I've seen that being provided
maybe
to a lot of the fans.
Maybe that's in Hongqiao. Maybe that's in the Shanghai venue.
You're going through some dangerous speculation.
I really am.
You never stop with your speculations.
Please, no one listen to me. I think they're bought online. You can buy them online
Stop
anyway.
with the speculation!
There's also a cool backpack here, Raz. Now, I'm not going to say where you buy that, but that's a cool backpack.
It is a great backpack.
Thank you so much.
Never find yourself some LED backpacks until you get into this venue.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, nothing happened in the end, I guess.
Because if the situation was purely through Elise, well, there's no reason for that to ever be, wound back in time with the,
That's true.
Good call ultimately.
Down that road. What you did miss there was, if you've just tuned in, Xiaohu burning the flash after dodging away from the cocoon, now able to push out into Tian's jungle while Karsa is making the roam too.
Because at the end of the time, he has good push through mid, and he can just bully a little bit, see if he can get the small rafters. That's his ultimate goal. Even if he can't, because right now Doinb's looking to position himself in that position. He can see him move to the right, the blue side of the jungle.
Yeah.
And already you can see the response being, Ming putting down that ward. So they have a lot of great vision on Tian. Even if he doesn't show on that ward, they know he's going to Krugs.
You're going to see Karsa here down towards the bottom side as well. Scuttle Crab for Scuttle Crab. Tian securing the top side and now hitting level 4 while going up to his Krugs. And still same lanes here for FPX. Karma towards the top side here for GimGoon. Doinb stuck with the Sylas. One
great thing about pushing lanes is you do it for long enough and you allow yourself to be able to go through the bottom lane bush unperturbed by wards. So it's a great positioning for Karsa, I would say. If he wants to find a gank through bottom lane, you can already see him pathing towards it. He can take Krugs, go through the bot side wave, tell his duo to get shoved in a little bit by the Sivir. It's a pretty easy gank and maybe get flash off of Crisp. So that's a potential. I like that idea. But Uzi and Ming, historically, I've just been let me get turret platings as much turret platings as possible. I don't care about a gank. Let me just get that unrefined goal.
Yeah, welcome back to Uzi Xayah, a champion that we long to see alongside the Vayne on this hyped-up AD carry. Tian going to be spotted out by Ward here, so even more important to look at the vision line that FPX keep walking over.
There we go. I mean, even Crisp taking out that ward kind of goes to show where he's trying to aim. So right now, the bottom lane of Uzi and Ming, reasonably, looking to go back to base. They got their shove. They're going to just waste a lot of time from Tian. He should just be farming up for himself now.
Xiaohu has freed him through the mid lane as well, so he can make that roam if possible and start looking for jungle presence alongside Karsa, who has just been constantly around mid, constantly around the bottom side, and been controlling this dragon river that starts with Ocean.
One thing that's very difficult here for Tian is, when you pick the... Oh, okay.
No, that's level 6 hit. GimGoon might be in a bit of trouble. Get one spark down. Yep. Xiaohu going to be jumped on here. Raz, there's the flash from Chris, makes the roam. An ultimate stolen on the way out. There's a flash in the jungle. We see Tian caught out but repels up, waiting for the rest of FPX. It's 3 versus 2 for now, but Xiaohu's coming in, but Too late, no! Karsa gets first blood. It's a 1-for-1 as Aatrox pops the ulti. Doinb now roams on top and wants more, but a 1-for-1 trade in the end with RNG getting first blood.
There we go. I was wondering what that would turn into. Great turn by Karsa to be able to get the kill because I liked what FPX were doing there. So close to being able to get the pick on Xiaohu. And you can already see how difficult it is to get it. When you get, you know, Aatrox and Elise, your whole goal is to have Aatrox get that snare, get the pull back there from Xiaohu, and you got some easy CC to follow up on. But Xiaohu's been playing really well in the mid lane.
Some really good trades against Doinb. Only getting Conqueror to heal back up, but we'll watch this one again, started by Karsa.
Right on top of him. Even had Ming in the area to give him a helping hand. But when Ming realized there's not much he can do on this one, tried to get the hell out of there.
The only reason that the trade comes through is that Doinb straight to the fight. So early roam here from the bottom lane of both teams, really. So once again, we see similarities between RNG and FPX, but RNG trade up, they're 500 gold up, and as you mentioned before, Xiaohu trading very well in the mid lane in gold too.
No teleport here from Xiaohu. What you might expect to see happen is, you know, have constant pressure towards the bottom side of the map. Have eyes on the Ocean Dragon for as long as possible, because the one time Xiaohu ends up going back to base, you can try and sneak an Ocean Dragon away, but Elise is pathing up topside. And they're just trying to bully the Rek'Sai away from the damn thing.
Nice ricochet there from LWX. Gets the ward too. Thank you for free mana dragon.
Nice.
Walks away. Now, just getting out of the lane for the short, brief period doesn't mean too much for the bottom lane, but they're still behind. RNG finally
and he's back.
Wins across, and Karsa finally starts this one up silently.
Look, relentless. Because he knows his bottom lane is going to be shoving up. And the only thing he was concerned about was Elise, but you already had idea that Elise was pathing up topside towards his red buff and Krug. So, so much information. All he needed was his adjacent lanes to get the shove in, and that's been happening here.
I love this sneaky shield from Ming. He's not going to be spotted over vision, but FPX have an idea this is going down anyway. Ocean Dragon for RNG. Early game, just pushed ahead by this simple dragon, which will be repeating again on Summoner's Rift in 5 minutes.
Sivir and Nautilus have already had a pretty bad situation within the lane. CS advantage has already been there by Uzi. Allows him a little bit more motivation to throw in some, you know, Qs, a little bit more abilities. Doesn't matter about his mana pool. That's just the case. 8 minutes into the game, you get an Ocean Dragon. Your lanes are really stacked. In fact, including your lanes that have been pushed in. Langx getting poked a little bit from the Karma, able to heal himself up.
Easy to disengage there as well, and you have a slight range advantage that you can play to at the moment. GimGoon with that hard shove opens himself up to Xiaohu, but good Pixel Brush ward that spots out, but GimGoon's still shoving in. I think Maelstrom. Okay, Langx gonna clear out the way. That's the second best.
Probably didn't want to fast forward and knew that GimGoon had that himself. GimGoon played that tightrope gameplay. So he knew that, you know, Sylas was moving up to the top side. That had been warded out, but knew that he was safe with both his shield, speed boost that comes along with it, and had the flash to his name.
Response from FPX, sent in to the bottom side. Now, RNG going to play this careful, but Uzi has ulti, might have to burn it out here. Gets ignited down. They're playing this precariously. Good spell shield from LWX, but the Cocoon lands. They flash onto Uzi. He ults the wrong way, but there's no right way here for RNG. They sweep, they swing, they swoosh. FPX get 2 more in the bottom lane.
Yep. Aggro was on top of Doinb as well. Popped his ultimate, completely safe off that one. So, well coordinated off everything. Only lose this wave on it, but a big win there for FPX.
How have teams shut down RNG in the past? Look towards their bottom lane. Make sure Uzi and Ming, who are always in so much control, don't go any further than the lane itself.
It was great to be able to see this happening, because even though the Cocoon missed out, he knew he was able to get the damage across and set up Aatrox there. It's always fun to be able to see an Elise in the game, because the ability to just drop aggro just like that allows for you, especially in the LPL, to be able to see a lot more dives in the game. So already 2 games played, 2 Elise dives that you're able to see accomplished with the greatest of ease, and right now FPX are doing so well.
And if your support gets cocooned, you think, all right, they're going to jump onto Ming, but Tian changes his aggro, jumps straight for Uzi, and he didn't have a chance. Pop the ulti in reverse, and with a swift couple of kills, Doinb now 2-0. This time, it's his story in game 2.
Last series, when FPX went up against LGD, it was drawn to 3. It was a game of Aatrox. 2 Aatrox wins in a 3-game series. And at the end of it, Doinb in the interview really mentioned the fact of how broken the champion is, as if we didn't already know.
Yep.
So he was able to get the champion once again, 2 kills to his name from a setup play that you could basically get kills on in any champion, in any situation. And now take a look at him, stacking up that CDR. he's in a great position for himself where either go towards that, Black Cleaver and get himself the Death Stance, but he's going to be looking for it.
Yeah, which one comes first will be the big question. Karsa hovering around the mid lane. Doinb doesn't have the ulti, or rather he does now. Pops it, looking for the 1v2 into the passive here. They go ulti onto Doinb. He's dead. Crisp isn't there in time, and that's new Aatrox for it.
Yeah, in and out operation. Tian and Crisp is still looking for the fight, though.
Depth charge onto Knight. Ming's come in, though. That's a wasted ulti from Crisp, but RNG can keep pushing.
That was fast. Didn't expect Doinb to die that quickly. Of course, didn't have flash to his name, couldn't protect himself, but great response by Xiaohu and Karsa to get the fight going.
Part of the issue of not having that completed item after those 2 kills. Doinb with the Black Cleaver probably still wouldn't have survived, but at this point for RNG to be ahead in gold after everything's said and done is a testament to how that mid lane play has put Karsa back into a lead.
Yeah, I think Doinb was screwed regardless. Obviously, Aatrox is not going to be able to save himself on that situation.
Who is he?
Has a lot of HP to his name with both the Phage and the Kindle Gem.
Yep.
It just came down to the situation where he expended the flash really early on, and that kill was pretty easy with no wards in the area. So good kill ultimately from Karsa. Karsa's always able to find those kills, and wow, doubling down on this.
TB, LWX has joined the fight. Now into the top lane, they're going to force this. Rift Herald taken by FPX. As you commonly talk about how these top lane rotational plays are important, well, FPX are first to it.
Yeah, and it happened without anybody bottom side of the map to clear the minion wave. So they're fully supporting this play. It's going to be such a quick top lane turret take, and because of Dragon being available bot side, they should fully push it into the second tower and then base. Don't allow the Kennen to hold the minion wave. There we go, fully push it in. They might even fully commit to taking this tower too because RNG hasn't moved.
Doinb almost has his ultimate back. Rift Herald does go down, but half health now for the turret while FPX have committed 4. Wave clear still there. Depth charge onto Doinb. That's to negate the next turret going down. So RNG defend while they're still looking for the bottom lane to break open.
And that's the risk that they ended up taking. Going for that top lane turret means that they will lose out in the Dragon unless if Rek'Sai doesn't want to go for it. Because they now have a lot longer of a time to base, come back into the map, and Rek'Sai is just waiting for that opportunity. Is now looking for his second Ocean Dragon.
Doinb will be able to get the, or rather, Uzi will be able to get the shove in the bottom lane as well. GimGoon's now moved over. Luden's Echo first on the Karma, so excited to see where this build goes, if it goes any further in the damage department, but rare to see that on the top lane Karma, of course, with the Kleptomancy, more comfortable lane.
I mean, you already see the double fairy charm. It's certainly going to be a forbidden idol into, more supportive items, which is a good call. Luden's Echoes is great to have that initial burst damage to carry you into those items. Because if you just go and start the game off with just, Ardent, Sensor, and and Athene's Unholy Grail, then what the heck? You have no damage in that comp. So it's smart here. I'm a big fan of it. It will delay. But LWX is not in an accelerated position anyways this game.
Yep.
Take a look at the gold distribution, though.
That's where you want to see it on. Mainly on Uzi, but across the map, really, for RNG. Is Langx dead here, Raz. Depth charge. Follows him. Tian's in. They pull him in. They miss the cocoon. Ultimate comes through from Langx, so he's survived long enough, but no one else is coming for him. RNG, easy loss of the top laner there, while Karsa just tries to get what he can.
Easy kill. They're kill now on Aatrox. Aatrox, right at this point, completed Black Cleaver, an extra bit of CDR with, of course, the Caulfield's Warhammer. He's in such a good position this game. It's actually just scary to see him in team fights because last game, Renekton, he was able to dive with impunity.
It's going to be much worse. Give him solo turret in the top lane as well. Ready? Add more gold.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a Death Dance almost completed at 15 minutes in the game. Add another core element. Give him some tenacity, longsword, everything coming up for Doinb after this play.
I mean, there's not much to say on this one. Find yourself a Wan Langx. We've made a mention of this coming into the series, that if you're on weak side as Langx, and he needs to kind of understand that role, too many times on Suning, he's been the strongest side of the map, getting a lot of pressure in from Hacker at that time. This time around, his whole role is to, wait, be able to play it safe. Essentially, Amazing Jay's position last time around. In fact, in Royal, in their mic chat thing, where they had that content come through, Ming literally said, Langx is going to be playing the Amazing Jay style, which is literally, you're going to be taking that weak side and play as defensive as possible as many people try and kill you.
That's
This time around is very similar.
That's very fair, yeah.
It's very similar. So we'll have to see what he can do with it.
Caught out now as Chris, though. Doesn't get the dredge line, has to flash away. They find the Proto Belt engaged. Xiaohu gets the slow with the chain lash, and Cocoon's going to come through, but I think Chris might still be dead. Ming snipes him out. Teleport coming in from RNG. They want to continue the play onto FPX's bottom lane.
Wrong side of the map. Oh my god, can he do it?
Being out, but he's in full vision.
Get him
Ult
out!
comes through. The stun as well. Doinb is going to ult, but I don't think he can get a reset. He needs to kill Langx. Tries to hop on over him. Gets the third Q. Dunks him down. Reset there. Doinb is a machine. Now onto Xiaohu. They need to time this out, but I think he can kill Uzi in the same time. Doinb flashes on. The feathers fly. He almost kills him. RNG commit 4 members to the bottom side, and Doinb just shows his prowess.
You just saw the confidence from the enemy team start to evaporate. They saw, yeah, you two people got that kill. The moment the first death comes through and he gets reset ultimate, they're like, okay, we need more people. Bring in the troops. 4 people to get the kill on King Kong Doinb.
Never let me give up on that again. Just saw 3 members and Doinb falling down, but took the play. 4-2 on the Aatrox, and he was so much closer to getting the death dance after that, and it started with Chris getting picked out.
If you do not have an Executioner's Calling, or literally anything that provides the Grievous Wound, expend the extra members to get the kill, because this one, easy, right? But you look at the play, Tian gets himself out quick, skitters away. Doinb goes for the SOAS. He's in the bush, I'm pretty sure at that play. I don't know actually.
He's not.
Either way, go right on top of him. Nail him down. But the sustain is something you need to take a look at, because consistent damage is there. But they're all squishy as hell.
Oh my god.
Lux and Rek'Sai get called in because I was like, por favor, please help me because he's going to kill me too. Flash forward to nail him down.
He took
ridiculous.
Everything. Yep. That's without the death dance. So if you fear what Aatrox is going to become, then you're in your right mind in this game. I already pointed out the score before. Very close to the death dance I mentioned as well. And Doinb now level 12 on the Aatrox. Look at the bottom side vision there. He can roam in between, look for that 1v1, which on the map right now, he can take on anyone.
Exactly. And I think the lasting impression from that fight, it's not just the gold going over to Doinb, but also the flash Uzi expended at the tail end of that.
Yeah.
If he didn't flash, that ultimate's going to get reset again. So no flash on your AD carry in a situation where, honestly, you really need it. So expect FPX to take a pretty aggressive stance towards this next dragon.
Which is all theirs. Vision, control, everything. Cloud Dragon simply to look and just try and reset something, because RNG picked up the double ocean before, and that's got them through to this point. But now FPX, they want something more.
Reality, too, is you just don't want a triple dragon going over to RNG when a potential Elder Dragon's at stake.
Yep.
You just don't want that situation to ever come through, so good dragon take, and next one's going to be a cloud, so double cloud is actually pretty good for the composition that they're rolling with.
On the hunt with double cloud is insane.
There's a lot of movement speed on the side of FPX and a lot of pick potential that they got for their team, so no jokes with this one.
I'm sorry I laughed at it. RNG, meanwhile on the top side, we're just seeing turret trades off once again. This time Doinb is going to share it with the Karma in the top lane, but he's going to continue pushing. He's got wave control, he's got everything under his belt. RNG trading in the top side at this point. You're satisfied that the gold is not more out of hand than you think it should be.
I want to see where Doinb ends up going. You can rotate towards the mid lane and start piling in pressure as the waves start to crash in as well. Or you can look for a base timing and get his death stance. See if it's going to be that case right now.
Should be. He picked up the turret gold on the bottom side.
Death
stance.
Yeah.
Right now, you are spewing. You are literally upset.
Execution is calling where? Who's got the ability? You already see... I don't think that's a... Oh, no.
Uzi should be looking at it.
No one has it.
But no one has it, you're right.
No one can cut the healing down.
We begin. And now around Baron, this is what fights are made of in the LPL.
It doesn't cost much gold, please.
800, ladies and gentlemen. Remember in the backside that it'll be up to Uzi to, once RNG keep him safe, to start knocking him down. But without that item in hand, things become very difficult. And speaking of difficult for RNG, FPX have full Baron and River priority.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to be going, at least get the smite off of him. Teleport just to find yourself a mid lane push, all expected. I think what we're getting a good sight here. Might not see Executioner's Calling because for RNG, they don't want to have it on Uzi if he, it kind of messes up his itemizing. Okay. But you already have 2 AP champions that can go Morello Nomicon. I think that's going to be the sight, is to have Morello on Xiaohu. If that's the case, it's going to be a long journey, my friends.
Yeah.
When one literally costs like that 800. But we'll see if that's needed.
It is. We're still set up for the fight, though. Big item power spikes for both teams. Both AD carries, as we're talking about, IE, Essence Reaver. And for Doinb the mid lane, we talked about that a little bit before, but looking into optimization here for Xiaohu, Loon Zekko, Zhonya's Hourglass at the halfway point in between. Langx, he's got his 2 items as well. So if they can get a big Kennen ulti off, this will enable RNG as thank you, will be able to pick a fight and try and win it out.
Final red trinket gets used in the Baron area. They know that it's completely been cleared out. And that's valuable information. 21 minutes into the game when they're consistently pushing the adjacent lanes away from the Baron buff, it's going to be a pretty good call for FPX to just start moving and baiting the situation out. You have Nautilus and the Cocoon from Elise to be able to find picks if anyone shows their head. So play that game and see if you can get a blue trinket out from Uzi. And then from this point forward, you should actually consistently be able to nail those picks. So I really love the Baron situation FPX in.
TP available for GimGoon too, so he can sit down this bottom side pretty comfortably. Xiaohu can respond to that, but as Doinb at the moment doesn't have the TP in the top side, hovering around the Baron area and just clearing out waves is going very slowly for FPX, just facilitating the tempo that's already been built up.
Here we go. Here comes a charge.
You're waiting for something here. Chris leading.
Literally the dynamic duo that you don't want to get picked off by. I will say, though, they don't have the information as to where Sivir is, which is really the only point of information they need. If Cocoon gets through with the, with the Nautilus nearby, you don't have the damage to really back up with it, so that's why they weren't aggressively looking for that pick.
I'd still be fearing if you're RNG. Doinb's level 14, you don't want this. As I comfortably sneeze outside of the microphone, FPX, let me tell you one thing here is that for Doinb, able to push up the wave consistently and RNG have to make the rotation. In that time, FPX continue to clear out any vision that's been dropped by RNG. So it looks more and more controlled by FPX, more and more comfortable. RNG are responding to waves at this point, only to push them out.
I don't think they see the blue trinket that was expended by RNG. That's going to get a lot of value if they don't literally go into the pit to get eyes on it. So that's the highest value blue trinket I've seen from RNG, where it's perched within the pit.
No one's going to spot that anytime soon. FPX have backed away.
RNG doesn't even need to fight for this. They can actually just focus on getting waves on Uzi. At this point in time, he needs to find himself that first Zeal item. At this point, they're not concerned at all about if FPX are on Baron or not.
Yeah. Just keep walking into the brush. They can clear out the vision from FPX. And we've been going back and forth like this for the past 3 minutes. It shows you the control from both teams. We're not dilly-dallying straight into the Baron. We're not taking risks. FPX and RNG feeling each other out.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the fact that that one trinket was cleared out near the Baron pick, because now they're going to see it. Yeah, there we go. We got it.
Okay.
That's why you don't want to play too much towards fighting for vision when you have enough, like literally the only ward you need.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
Cloud Dragon going to be taken while this goes on. More shenanigans up towards the top side soon, I'm sure, but double Cloud.
Roll the dice.
Mountain. If we're playing around Baron, that is going to be much needed.
Only need one. At this point, with how focused this is going to be around Baron buff, if FPX can get another sneak on the objective, because they have full control. Like, waves being cleared consistently through GimGoon and through LWX mid.
Yeah.
They've just been playing through the situation consistently, so it's going to be an RNG that finds a play to get them off it, and I think it's going to be all on Ming. If Ming can get a binding on anybody, it doesn't have to be a double binding. I would say if you can get it on Nautilus, you can chunk them out enough to push them back to base, and you get full vision control once again.
Ooh. I'm starting to get concerned about the bottom lane matchup because Langxing's getting pushed out, and that means that Kennen's going to have to go back to base, use teleport, of course, but GimGoon can start chipping away at the turret, has the level advantage already. And the Karma in the middle of this fight with Redemption now is going to be pretty big.
Yeah, it doesn't go towards the Ardent Center, goes towards the Redemption pickup, which is going to be huge if he gets into these team fights. So, nice option. Gotta love it. And on top of that, already has a Zeal. I think at this point, FPX are just waiting for the first Zeal item completion from LWX.
Yeah. Might be caught out by GimGoon coming on in. Doinb behind them. Tian takes a big chunk of damage as Xiaohu picks up the depth charge and best ultimate going into this uncupping fight.
One sad thing from FPX's point of view is that, of course, you get to this stage of the game and Elise is just simply there for Cocoon. If she gets picked out, as you saw, a lot of damage ended up finding her way. I think it was just 2 auto attacks that she gets chunked off for. So has to be a little bit more concerned. Has to play around the vision that you have. I think they had an idea that they had based on that one, but it's not even staggering bases as well. So RNG can completely get into the Baron River and clear out the vision control. That's what you don't want to see. There we go, raid party.
Because everyone backed. RNG can start this, and for good reason, they can force FPX to come to them.
Well, I didn't like the full base, but they are going to get challenged by this no matter what.
Now, 8K, RNG pull off. You can see that the Kennen is nowhere nearby, so if it gets into a fight, FPX will essentially win.
But good challenge. Like, that's something you need to do if you're behind.
Yep.
And they're not even behind by that much. 2K gold at this stage of the game. They just found that one window, which was genuinely a mistake by FPX. They don't get punished too heavily by it, but there was a clear situation where, you know, you full base, the enemy team calls you on it, they look for a Baron run.
I was going to ask you, Raz, if we don't get to that point where we explode in this fight, the longer this debacle goes on, the longer this Baron dance goes on, I should say. Favorable for RNG and the composition it provides, or are we looking at FPX like we can take our time?
I would say eyes on Doinb, who's on the bottom lane. He's been pushing out so comfortably. His entire role, push, find a ability to rotate through mid, and go for a flank.
Okay.
Because there is that crucial 4-second timing that Langx has for his teleport, because he can't walk to the play. That's something that FPX are just meticulously trying to focus on, so they can get the fight that benefits them.
It feels like now with Steric's Gage that this Aatrox is going to be unstoppable. Level 16 in the middle of the fight and has both summoners up and available. So who's he going to be fearing for his life? Going to be saving that ultimate for the mid lane threat, as he's now got his third, almost fourth item with Zeal in hand. And double Zeal is going to be important so he can reposition so that he can get the range advantage running away from Doinb.
Take a look at that. That's a blue trinket being dropped on the Baron, but it was in full vision. This time around, FPX should know about it, should be able to seize it the moment they get a push on mid lane wave. So get a push here, and you'll just be seeing once Elise gets off her Krugs at some point, we'll be able to come over and assist. This is a game that FPX will be playing until... Actually, I'm going to be really interested in once it hits, 1 minute from now.
Yep. Because
a lot of teams will use the Dragon as an opportunity and a bait away from the Baron buff so they can rush it. I think FPX is in that position.
They've got the opportunity now that Vision, once again, is just being clawed out. RNG keep pushing their way in, but at this point, Ming is frontlining alongside Karsa, waiting for someone to walk through, but FPX playing meticulous as always.
Oh, they're starting to play to the right side. So teams in the past, especially RNG, whenever teams, instead of trying to deny or make it a game specifically about Baron, they try and take as much as possible, and now moving your vision and focus around Dragon gives RNG the opportunity to take full control and start this.
And they've just started up, so now with double back here from Doinb and from Crisp, RNG force once again, Tian behind the pit.
This is a call you never want to be seen from FPX, but they got the full members here, 4K damage right now on the Baron.
They're still doing it, and Baron finally going to reset, they back away, not going to take the 50-50 Tian. Not interested in going in for the play either. And we just back away, back to square one.
Looks like they're going to take this time. They're pretty insistent on towards Dragon. I don't know why. They shouldn't be. Don't give RNG the opportunity to make this a game of 50-50.
Doinb's going himself. He's going to be spotted out. Has the teleport available. Still hitting up the Dragon. Looks like he's backing away, but RNG playing the bait game again.
They see Langx.
4. Langx ults, only finds 1, now onto 2. GimGoon in the back line as Tian finds a pick onto Karsa. The Elise into the late game, it seems, but Doinb jumps on in. Here we go. It's Aatrox time, baby. He gets the shield, he gets the reset, and RNG get nothing. They send the ults out, but they can't find Tian. Doinb is going to go golden before he dies, and Uzi is trying to frontline this. It's up to him to carry the play as Karsa finds Tian in the end. He flashes forward. Uzi lives, and that for FPX is bad news.
Karsa bought for a lot of time alongside Langx. Uzi was able to deal with Aatrox first and foremost, dive straight through to be able to take the rest of the fight. So good job from Uzi, but ultimately it felt like a pretty split fight that favors FPX.
Only just. It seems like the trade is even, but you're right, Raz. The inner turret goes down. They're going to move to the Mountain Dragon and set up this Elder. As FPX, finally the Baron Dance turns into something.
Take a look at that. Uzi went all out for that one. Sure, he had a lot of bodies to help him on this one. But why do you take that risk if you're FPX? You had full control, vision, everything around Baron buff, but then you start shifting yourself around the Dragon. That means nothing. Like 4K gold, 4K on the Baron buff. Langx goes for the full engage, and I like the disengage from FPX. I think they played this one out pretty well. But ultimately, you see the positioning Uzi was in. Was able to deal with Doinb easily. In fact, Doinb had to go in stasis because he was losing out on his ultimate. He actually needed to get out of there. And then based off of this one, found, isolated Crisp that entire engage because no one else wanted to take that fight. Great job from Uzi and Ming repositioning.
Yeah, it really was. 4-item Xayah has been a menace in FPX's side. And Uzi's gotten to that point where, yes, he's ahead in CS, but 80 carry versus 80 carry. The Xayah in the middle of these fights getting hard to touch with Ming's shield, just giving him everything he needs. Let's see if it happens again in front of this next Baron.
Elise has a bit of trekking that she has to go for. Someone needs to buy for some time.
Look at where Langx is, though. Doesn't have the flash, but has the flank positioning. Baron's going to reset now as FPX make their way in.
I'm going to rant on this one a little bit more because a lot of teams, the idea of just, giving it away, that should be fine. If the enemy team, if RNG even expends a single member to move towards the dragon, you have some eyes on it, then you can start a Baron, take a 4v5. Like, those are situations you can be in by just literally being in the one, in position of that one object.
Yep.
You don't have to take away the dragon because you found yourself in a position like this. Now RNG firmly back into the game. Now, the goal lead is still there for FPX, but my God, is it close.
But it doesn't matter at this point because we're getting towards the late game. We're getting towards the 4-5 item point, especially for these 80 carries. And at the moment, RNG can walk in. They've got their spikes. They know what they're doing. But Xiaohu caught out a little bit here, has the flash. Big summoner down as Langx is getting soloed out by Doinb. The Kennen does not want to be here. Doinb gets it, has the TP advantage, and now FPX had the numbers advantage.
Crucial play for Doinb, being able to pick up Langx in a situation that's been really in a standstill for the last few minutes now.
And this guy's building GA. With that solo kill, with the goal that comes through, whether he's closer to it or not, doesn't matter. He still has that TP. It's being channeled in front of the Baron here, Raz, and FPX, again, have the alpha moment.
Yeah, smartly, RNG completely concede the situation. I don't know what happened. I hope we get a replay to see how that even got engaged on, how Langx got even pulled into that fight. Probably literally got pulled, by the way. That's what I'm expecting.
Yep.
Because he should not have even wanted any piece of that. But probably got forced upon him.
Uncharacteristic game of Langx here, but under the pressure of Doinb, the solo kill meant everything. That pushes FPX ahead. That means that RNG, it's now come back into this second game rather than contesting for that Baron, which FPX took single-handedly.
Yeah, there's a lot of pushing in his lane, and remember, every matchup is a bad matchup for him. If Karma deals with him, which has been the case, a bad matchup getting poked and battered, same thing happens when the Aatrox was there. So we're not going to see the context for what happened in that bottom side of the map, but take a look at this.
Doinb's going to take the depth charge. He moves back without the spell shield, but Doinb's joined the fray once again. This wave clear is insane.
1,000 damage off of the Rek'Sai.
Yeah.
You better believe that Uzi has to be cognizant of that. Too close to the wave, he's going to start getting hurt.
He's the one who can clear them at this point in the game. He's the one who is defending the base, but FPX walk up without a minion wave. They continue to push forward, and they've got this turret under their thumb. They send out Cocoons. They send out Xiaohu, who steals the Aatrox ulti. He's trying to jump in himself. He pops it early, but he's just going to get bursted down. Doinb now has a reset. Jumps onto Uzi in the backline. He gets locked down by Ming, but I don't think his support can help. Uzi again. 1, 2, and 3. Doinb loves him. Sticks to him like glue, and FPX have done everything they need to do in this game. They take down RNG. They're heading for that Nexus to make a statement.
Nothing you can do on that one. And that was a great disengage. Langx didn't have a shot to be able to find himself in the back line.
Clean finish here from FPX. It took a while to get there, but heading towards Worlds, heading towards Rift Rivals, FPX taking down RNG, remain at the top of the leaderboard.
You already see the celebration there, Doinb standing up early. But you have to be happy about it because these are the last moments you get in the LPL before Rift Rivals. And FPX once again in the